What? Where is it? Yeah, I feel like I passed it like 30 times already. Yeah, I must have passed it. Wait. How low level is it? Oh, it's level 15. Oh, okay. Yeah, so a facility that allows pals to be sent on expeditions to places like dungeons. The dispatch pals engage in battles and gather items, bringing back resources to the base. So, you might be asking yourself, well, that must be pretty cool, right? It is. Because you can actually get a lot of, like, good loot and stuff like that. Like, look at this. So, I've completed, I think this is the lava area, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so like look at this. Like it's actually pretty good loot. So we just go take all. I'm kind of disappointed with the amount of slots it gives you though. So yeah. So for some reason, I don't know if it works, if it was just me, if it's just me, or if it's because I did something and I confused the game or whatever. Maybe I broke it, maybe something else did, I don't know. But for some odd reason, these two were locked. These two were locked. These two were open, and so was this one. But these two were locked, and I was so confused. I didn't know what was going on, and it told me I had to do those towers again, so I quickly did them. So what I think happened is that I don't remember if I did it on this one's, but I remember I did this one's hard mode. So I don't know if what happened is that when I updated to this version, it got confused of what was the last tower I did, and because it was the hard mode and not the normal, it got confused and said, whoa, you didn't do the normal. It's like, yes, I did. No, because the last one you did was on hard mode, so you gotta go do it all over again. So that's exactly what I did. I went on the normal one, did the first two, done. So that means I have to do this one. That'll be fun. But I'm gonna wait until we're super, like, prepared for it, right? So this is the only one I think that I can actually do. Hang on. Can I do this one? Oh, I can do it now. Cool. So there you go. Yeah. So what you can do? Oh, it's because I have my Anubises in the box. That's why. That might be why. So what you can do is that when you're doing one of these, you can have it so it can obviously you can change the destination if you if you accidentally clicked a destination you didn't want to go to. But you can also click auto assign. What it does is that it grabs 100 pals from your box, and it grabs the most heavily suited ones specifically for what you are doing. And then when you're done, you just click start. Now, here is something that you must know before you before you even think of hitting start. You must make sure that your total firepower equals this number or is like greater. Obviously I've hit 6 million, so we're good. 6 million over 200,000, I think we're good on that. Like I can start like dropping some of these this expert firepower here. Let's see here. Like let's get rid of all these like these weak ones. Like the only thing that this actually does affect sometimes is the time that'll take for it to finish. So you can see that the time is increasing. That's all this does. But let's see here. So as you can see, I have enough with just these two, which is very interesting, to be able to do this with 100% certainty. But it'll just take about almost like a half of the session. All right, start. I can't hit start. Even though we've hit the total firepower perfectly, we cannot do it because you have two requirements. You have to have 20 ground pals, with also your firepower having to be this high. So if I were to click auto sign and do that, we're going to go back to 6 minutes and 25 seconds. Who cares? We're going to click start. And you're going to see a bunch of your pals just come from this little circle here and just run in. We're going to go back to that later. I thought there was something flying up there. I was like, what? Anyway. Did you finish? You did. Okay, good. There you go. So I don't know if this passive will actually trigger, because it was done, I think, probably before I sent all those out. But whatever, it's fine. I'm going to go and call you back in. No, you're going to go back into there. All right, so there you go. So we're gonna get back into, oh, okay. We're gonna get back into that a little later. Yeah, they get really laggy if you're far away from it. It's actually really funny. All right, so the other thing that I wanted to mention as well is that a misconception I had about something. So this works. So it does the same. It does exactly what it says. So it literally just stores excess power. So that way, though, like, your machines can use it from there as well. So it's pretty good. Is there another one that I wanted to see? Oh, medicine rack. It has to do with this as well. So, I mean, I haven't even gone to that yet, but hang on. So, okay. So this is a very special container that can only store medicines, pretty much. So you can only store things that are other consumables, pretty much. Very cool, right? The funny thing is that this object won't actually grab from this or be able to resupply this at all. So that's very interesting to know. So if you're looking into that, just know that you can't actually use it. So, just so you're fully aware, that's actually a thing. Anyway. Okay, maybe I'll have my, my little, like, Christ guy. Oh, no, he's in the dungeon. Of course, all my base pals are practically in the dungeon. No. I mean, he could do that. It's not like that's going to be a big deal. That's just going to need to move, though, and so's that. And technically, so is the pal box. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine for now. Wall. Build. Yeah, and I'm gonna have to go into here and start demolishing this. So this is pretty cool because this is where I have all this stashed. And you want to know what I'm gonna do with this? I'm gonna probably cut this in half. I'm gonna have like a 2x1 area over here that's gonna be for like some of this stuff, and then I'm gonna have the other one be for the other half of the stuff. Like whatever can't fit in here will fit in that, obviously. And there's that. Alright, so, the other thing that I wanted to mention as well is that... Okay, can I get to the cool thing? No, okay, so here's the thing that was the misconception. Alright, so the gold assembly line. Okay, so this is actually something that I want to make sure that everybody is fully aware of this, because I thought something completely different. And I want to make sure that nobody else gets this misconception or suffers from the misconception for any further, right? So this states that an assembly line that manufactures money, the work puts a strain on the mind, causing a decrease in PAL's sanity value, requires PALs that can work with their hands. So this is something that's very interesting. So the way that I read it at first, okay, I thought that the only cost for that production was going to be sanity. So I thought, hey, that's not a bad kind of cost, you know? Like that's practically printing money if you're pretty good. So I was like, hey, that's perfect, right? So here's that conveyor system. Here's the money, right? It's okay. So if we click on the money, that's a lot of money that it can produce. 100, but it costs ingots. Costs ingots to make. That's not what I thought at all. So I obviously destroyed mine. So it's not free money. It doesn't like freely print you money like I thought it did. And before anybody makes fun of me for that, it's like, based off of what I read, that's literally what I thought it did. I thought it freely printed out money because that's what it reads as. Or that's how I read it, is that it freely prints out money. So there's that. Now we can get to the item retrieval machine. This little thing. I love this thing. Now I can actually do my design, but actually do it on this base instead, which is why I actually moved everything up by 1. So the idea that I had with this base, just the way the reflection is, I thought there was like a pal over there. I was like, what? So I can actually do my idea, which is awesome because this is literally the idea that I had. Okay. So, and that's why this area now is like all freed up kind of thing, because I can actually now build my idea, and I'm really happy that I can actually do this. So the idea was going to be that under the floorboards, which pretty much just means like under here kind of thing, I was going to put a row of chests, like thousands of chests, and they were going to be just about like all the chests that I was going to use. Okay. And what was going to happen was that all of the chests that I was going to use are going to be down under the floorboards. The idea was that I was going to create a staircase system that's going to bring you down to that level so you can access the storage room. The storage room was originally going to be full of these large containers, because I thought that eventually if Palworld came out with an update, these would get more storage, because they take up a lot of room. It takes up a lot of room. And I'm going to show you something too. So I've already seen this and I am angry. How can I not build it there? Okay, there we go. Now I can build it here. All right. So here is a shipping container, okay? You want to know how big a shipping container is in this game? Don't get me wrong. Looks really good. I really like the way that it looks. Okay? Hold on. So this is what a shipping container looks like, okay? So this costs 100 ingots. 100 ingots to create, which is not cheap, but it's also not very expensive. But if you want something that's pretty good, you should make this right here. So it takes 20 refined ingots, 50 wood, and 20 nails. And watch this. Oh, I just need to build this. I just need to build it for the context of this. So that's all I'm trying to do right now. So this has a total number of almost 7 lines of storage. Okay? Now what's this? Almost 7 lines of storage. That's not that bad, you might be thinking. Like that's pretty good. Right? Like you think that's pretty good in the context of Palworld, right? Like obviously this is way better because you can fit literally 4 of them in an area. So in a tiny pocket, like let's say like in this tiny pocket, okay, I can fit 4 of them in this tiny little pocket. And that is quadruple the amount of storage in such a tiny, tiny spot than this entire shipping container, which takes about two lengths, two block lengths. It's about the same height. It's not even like you can put a roof on top of it and it'll be fine. But but you can fit about 4 of these in a. I'm gonna call this a 1x1, right? So in a 1x1 area, and this takes up a 2 area, right? A 2x1 area. So which would you prefer to go after? I would prefer the metal things. So that's why over here, which was originally supposed to be a shipping container filled with all my crafting materials, I now changed it. I've now sorted it into 2 of them because, well, I got bored. But now I'm going to get bored even more because now I have even more fun stuff to do. I've got more fun stuff that I want to get around with. But now that I can do the under floorboards idea, I'm gonna roll with it. All right, so that's why this is like this. Like, that's why these two were like this. They were supposed to be shipping containers, but I changed my idea because of this.